Hey everyone, welcome to ONYX Training Table. I'm Mark. Today I want to talk about a situation that happened last November, I believe it was, in Oklahoma City. It was an attempted robbery of a gas station. Now, it's a 15-year-old armed robber. He went in with a gun to rob the gas station. The clerk was able to get out and lock him in and call the police. So now the police responded and they got set up around the building and tried to talk him out, and he eventually came out. They ended up shooting and killing him. Now, here's some of what I want to talk about as far as lessons to learn. A couple different concepts. Now, just for some background on me, I got in law enforcement in 1992. I've been associated in law enforcement now for almost 30 years, okay? 20 years working, and now as a trainer, national and international police tactics trainer, okay? So I have a little bit of understanding of police tactics. So one of the things I want you to look in here is some of the concepts, some of the principles, some of the tactics I teach, and that if these officers had done some of those things, this could have gone very different. I want you to think about the concept of space and time. Distance, right? The further we are away from our suspect, the more time we have to think and process and come up with good decisions. Cover and concealment. If we can get ourselves behind something that stops bullets, that's a good thing to do, especially if we're dealing with a suspect. And our safety priorities. We have our safety priorities. Our number one priority is victims and hostages in any situation. If we don't have them, our next priority is innocent bystanders. If we don't have them, our next priority are police officers. And then the fourth priority is suspects, okay? We're gonna do what we do, our tactics, with the care and concern of the suspect also. But it's not gonna be at the expense of any of the first three groups, okay? So if we're not gonna put apprehension of a suspect ahead of officer safety, we're not gonna put the prevention of destruction of evidence on a warrant service ahead of officer safety. That makes no sense. Nobody's willing to die for a baggie of dope. It just doesn't make sense, but we do it every day. And so we need to be using these concepts. We need to be teaching these, and we need to be learning them and using them in practical application. So I want you to watch this video, and we're going to talk about some of the issues that they had, that they created this situation on their own.
And I'm not too far from where that shooting took place last night. It happened right over here near that drive-through window you see over there, just a couple feet away from me. Now, police say during the robbery, the clerk managed to make it out the store and lock the suspect inside before police got here. As officers are...
Okay, you see all the police cars around this building. There are plenty of officers ringing this place. They've got it surrounded. So he's going to come out this side right here on the right side. And I just want you to see some things. This is a police car right here. There is a police officer sitting in this car. You'll see in a second. Excuse me.
Arrived, they surrounded the store. Police say 15-year-old Stavion Rodriguez is...
Okay, they're walking around. You got an officer out here. He's standing right up on the store with no cover. Why? It's only a suspect in there. That's not a hostage rescue. You're not trying to get close to a problem to rescue anybody. You just want this person to come out. So for that person to be standing up here, and now what? If he comes out this window, you have an officer here, you have officers here and here. They created a crossfire situation. Why do they have that crossfire? Because they're all independently working there. You don't have any sort of team configuration, no team tactics, no team concepts or thoughts. I bet somebody here is a supervisor, but nobody's taking supervision. Everybody's just all over here doing their own thing. He keeps moving around, doing stuff. Why does he keep moving around? Because he just can't stand still. Just stand still, get in a position. If 1, 2, 3, 4 officers had come together, now you have a contact team, right? Now you can have a couple lethal, you can have a supervisor, somebody in charge, a team leader, and you can have somebody with less lethal. So you're increasing your options. The more options we have, the more effective we're going to be. All right. So here we go.
Tried to rob this gas station at gunpoint Monday night. officers ordering
So
him to come
these
out of the
officers are
store
gone now.
after
Who
he
knows
was
where
locked
they
in
went?
by the store
He
clerk.
keeps walking
At first,
around.
he did not come out. Eventually, he tried to climb out one of the windows, the drive-through window. He came out with the gun in his hand. He did not follow officers' instructions while coming out with the gun in his hand. Ultimately, he was shot.
KOCO 5 first.
Okay, so you see he's out right now. He came out. This officer is again walking around. He's now pointing his gun and moving away from cover for some reason, but he's moving away from cover and he's now out in the open. You'll see this officer get out of the car here in just a second.
On the scene, capturing those moments on video. We are not showing the actual.
Why is that officer sitting in a car when the suspect walks out of the door right next to him, holding the gun? If they shoot because they said they're in fear for their life, how is this being in fear for your life? Sitting with your door open towards a building that's got an armed suspect sitting in it, and then all of a sudden now you're scared for your life. See, we don't think about what we're doing a lot of times. This is the third officer out here. They said that 5 officers shot. So I see 3. I don't know where the other 2 are. And so rounds are going towards other police officers. This is very fortunate that no other police officers were struck by bullets and only the suspect was hit.
Actual moment of the shooting, and instead pausing the video before he was hit. Our video shows the suspect dropping the gun.
He doesn't drop the gun, he just lowers it. He doesn't have it raised. He doesn't drop it to the ground. Dropping it means dropping it to the ground. He just lowers it. He puts one hand up, lowers the gun with the other hand, and then puts his right hand down. And then that's kind of when they
Putting
shoot
his
him.
hands in the air, his hands seem to go
He's
down
got the
before
gun,
being shot.
but he doesn't
Police
put it
say
down.
at that point he continued furtive movements, which they say is considered suspicious.
So, and then this guy's talking about police de-escalation and how they aren't committing to de-escalation. So we need to be thinking for people sometimes. Our tactics, sometimes we use our tactics just to keep the suspect from doing something stupid. And if you are not concerned about people and you say, well, screw them if they're doing something stupid, then please get out of policing, because we need people who are much more considerate. Okay, you can still shoot them, but don't make it easy. Okay, we shouldn't be making it easy to shoot the suspect. So space and time. If that police car wasn't there, right? If this police car had moved, he repositioned. They were there for a while. He could have repositioned so that he's actually using the car as cover. So now he's not standing 15 feet away from the suspect, an armed suspect. This officer's out in the open. If this person had just decided to run in between them, now what have they created? Right? They're shooting at each other the whole time. Anywhere he runs, they've created a crossfire because of their positioning. And it just doesn't make sense. All right. So just some things to learn: covering concealment, space and time, the OODa loop, the processing, action versus reaction. If he does decide to shoot at this officer is no position to shoot. Probably right-handed. And what are they going to have to do? They have to come out to be able to shoot. So things we need to be thinking about: safety priorities. We're putting apprehending this suspect ahead of 1, 2, at least 3 officers' safety right now. It just doesn't make sense. We're getting officers injured, we're getting officers killed, and a lot of times those are preventable situations. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you soon, and talk to you later at ONYX Training Table.